Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Red Dead Redemption. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day. As we're getting started here, I just wanted to give a quick reminder for you guys to please like this video, make sure you leave me a comment, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more. But either way, I hope you guys enjoy watching me play Red Dead Redemption for the first time. Alright, between 5 and 8, so I guess we go sleep.
Hello, mister.
Hello? All right. Alrighty then. I believe it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I think we should go to sleep again. There we go. Abigail, you were there when I went to bed last night. Beats Jack, I was faster.
What's the book, boy?
Nothing, sir.
What's it about?
Well, it's an adventure, sir. Set out in the West, and it tells this amazing story of how people killed the savage Redskins, and how this brave man, hunts the man who killed his father.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. Talking of adventure, how'd you like to learn to track elk? Really big ones in the valley this time of year. We could use the meat.
Well, I
know you'd rather read your adventures.
That's not his
Trust
thing.
me, this can be very enjoyable in its own way. I suppose maybe it's a little less dramatic. So, let's go, come on. You may get to see me get gored by some massive wild beast. Then you can write a story about that.
Very funny, Paul. I've forgotten how funny you was.
Grab your things.
Come on, boy. Let's go.
All right, now stay close to the dog, son.
Rufus.
When he finds something, you stay back and I'll show you how to make a kill.
Whatever you say, sir.
Rufus, you sure you're ready for this?
I guess so.
Now the trick to hunting is calm and patience.
Let's go. There's no time for rest.
You gotta think and move like an animal to catch an animal.
A rifle helps, doesn't it?
Elk don't stand still, son.
Well, I wouldn't know. This is the first time you've taken me hunting.
There's lots of things I ain't done with you, but I'm gonna try and make up for that. Whoa. Look, he's picked up a scent. Come on. You don't seem too excited about this.
What do you want me to say, Paul? Yippee?
Are you sure you're all right? I mean, I know all that business must have been hard on you.
It wasn't nothing. I'm not a kid anymore.
Well, it won't happen again. It's over.
Until the next time, you mean?
There won't be a next time.
Don't make no more promises, Paul. I've heard them all before.
You know, one time I hunted a bear up in tall trees. You've never seen a bigger animal in all your life. Look, I see one.
Yeah, I see it.
This one's mine. Stay with me, son. Come on.
Go on, Paul.
Come on.
Should I be shooting my gun too?
Got it, Jack.
Come on. I'll show you how to cut the meat.
You're
I thought I
gonna
was gonna get away.
you're
That
gonna
was
hate this
great,
part,
Paul.
Jack.
You just gotta wait for the right shot, not rush it.
Woo, that's a big one.
This meat should fetch a decent price in Manzanita. Lie still.
Yeah, you have to tell it jokes, Jack.
Hope you were watching. It'll be your turn next.
Shouldn't we be going?
All right, let's see if we can find some more.
You can do it, Rufus.
You ready to take a shot, Jack?
Of course, Paul.
Remember, it's all about timing. Wait for your moment. Don't snatch
I
at it.
know. I saw how you did it.
If you say so. All right. When he finds them, you take the lead. Where are they?
Come on. Go find him, Rufus.
Go on, Rufus. Find them. Go. There they are. Jack, come on.
Get in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to shoot it too? I thought Jack was shooting it.
Get after him.
Come on.
Don't rush it. You can do this. Steady now. Stay calm. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. Lie down.
I have to shoot all three of them?
You saw how I cut the meat, Jack. Now it's your turn.
Isn't that gonna scare him off?
It's gonna scare them all. Can't do it. It's alright, Jack. Tough job.
Nice work, son. You're a quick learner. Now, come on. Let's get this meat over to the trading post at Manzanita.
Did you see me?
You did good, son.
Can't we shoot some more?
Only kill what you need. We'll go out again soon.
You know, I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I told you you'd have fun, didn't I?
You forgot to tell it a joke, Jack. Remember?
Whoa!
All right, let's go sell this stuff. There was one up here too.
Whoa there.
Let's see if we see it on the way. Yeah, over here. Right here. Gotta get this one too. You kill it, you gotta eat it. Or you gotta use it.
Oh, Lord. This is nasty.
Alright, Jack, that's it. That's all we had to do.
Come on.
Come on, Jack. Jack. You need to work on your driving, son.
All right, here we are.
Hello, sir.
Jack, you wait here. I'll be just a moment.
Welcome.
How do you do? Hello, sir.
Hello.
Escucha lo que te digo. Habrá guerra en Europa. Los patriotas son...
Yeah, you're all set.
Los otros son inútiles.
No.
Bueno,
Hola, Marston.
esperan en el banco.
That's all of it, sir.
That's all of it.
Adiós. Ojo a los traidores.
Alright, hang
All
on,
good.
Jack.
Let's
We're
head
gonna-
home.
We're gonna see if there's a newspaper over here. Your mama likes to read. Oh wait, she can't read. Alright, Jack, we're gonna take just a minute and read the paper, alright? Bank robbery foiled by government agents. Your tax dollars hard at work. Dutch Vanderland's reign of terror and violence in West Elizabeth shows no sign of subsiding, following a bank robbery attempt that claimed the lives of several innocent victims. Vanderland and his associates entered the First National Bank of Blackwater, coerced employees at gunpoint to empty the money from the vaults, and were about to make their escape when lawmen and government agents surrounded the area. After a bloody siege, lawmen stormed the building, but Vanderland fled the scene with a hostage in an automobile. Vanderland was chased to an old loggy camp at Broken Tree, where another violent altercation ensued. Even though Vanderland's body was not identified amongst the dead, many gang members, including some natives, were killed. A spokesman for federal agents assigned to Blackwater hailed this as an important victory over the primitive and unprincipled forces that seek to undermine the freedoms and safety of the great American people. Despite repeated and relentless attempts to civilize the native population in West Elizabeth, it is feared the charismatic Vanderland will not struggle to recruit further disaffected youths. Sanchez's government falls. Suddenly, Mexico has a new president. General Ignacio Sanchez's government was swept from power yesterday as supporters of Abraham Reyes ransacked the president's palace and Mr. Reyes assumed control of the country. After weeks of fighting in and around the capital, food riots across the country, and bloody battles being fought in many provinces, events turned quickly when the 5th Mexican Cavalry Division, which maintains a large garrison near the capital, switched its allegiance from General Sanchez to Mr. Reyes, following Mr. Reyes' promise to increase army pay and double leave. General Sanchez is believed to have fled the capital and gone into hiding, although conflicting reports suggest he may have been killed in bloody fighting. Mr. Reyes noted that this was a great day for Mexico. Finally, my people, the people of this proud and valiant land are free. A new golden age for our country is just beginning. First, we need a period of stability and then elections and a place on the world stage. Mr. Reyes then announced a 3-day fiesta declaring a national holiday. Rioting continued across much of the country, while initial reports suggest up to 100,000 may have died in the conflict. Wow. La Salope Parisienne, toilet water and perfume. For the body, toilet, or infirmary. This unique and lasting fragrance of La Salope Parisienne, toilet waters and perfumes will entice men of many demeanors. Available in a variety of scents for your... I don't know what that says. Including crabapple. I don't know what that one is. Forest pine. Florida fairy. Now, a few drops sufficient to overpower an entire army. Unrest in the East. Great Britain versus Germany. Ooh. Start of World War I. The British nation's power upon the sea has been unapproached. However, a great rival is rising. Long has Germany desired expansion. Reports indicate the country is laying heavier and heavier levies upon people in order to fund the formation of a mighty navy. Britain and Germany devote much of their industrial base to the production of weapons of war at a crushing cost of money. These engines of destruction are now seen in flying ships that rain death from above. With Europe heading seemingly closer and closer to war, people across the world are concerned as to how this will pan out. The miracle of the telephone. Since the first experimental phone circuit was installed, the growth of the telephone business is a story of romance and science. The telephone company in certain cities reports nearly 60,000 calls per day requesting to know the time. Critics complain the telephone has made our citizens lazy and unable to read a watch. That's funny. Birth control techniques refuted. Members of the clergy strongly denounced the North American Birth Control League for spreading health misinformation and lies. Leaders responded that such misdeeds and misinformation is similar to that of pagan Rome, where babies were put to death for idle pleasure. We marry and live with one another only to produce children, Reverend Adair Agatha told this publication. The blasphemous statements by the League turn the marriage chamber into a pleasure-seeking brothel, Agatha contends. Half of Americans living in cities. The prairies have gone quiet, the farms left for seeds, as more Americans escape to the glitz and glamour of the city. Old Dr. U.S. Census made his diagnosis of the condition of Uncle Sam and calculated that for the first time in the history of this great country, more citizens reside in cities than in rural areas. Census questionnaires call for typical information as well as literacy, school attendance, and whether or not a family member is a survivor of the Union or Confederate Army. Census officials report attempts for information are especially difficult in former Confederate states where often government officials are fired upon or hanged. Such is the local custom. The famous Bluehead Wonder Coaster. Sit high in the saddle on this improved 1902 model, now with detachable brakes. Optional railroad attachment for tots to play train. Furnished with a handsome tool bag and finely polished kerosene bicycle lamp with 2-quart reservoir. Shines bright at night. Available in what's Coach Green, Vermilion, Union, Union Blue, and I don't know what's that one. And Navajo Brown. Oh. Massacre at the wreck of Serendipity. Dozens of dead bodies were discovered at the wreck of the Serendipity in southeast Great Plains. Most of the corpses were identified as wanted criminals and kicked into the river. The Serendipity, once a glorious steamboat, but now little more than a wrecked hull, has become a known meeting spot for thieves, smugglers, and general lowlife in recent years. Government agents in Blackwater have refused to comment, and local police say that they have no interest in investigating the incident, attributing it to either divine retribution or, for the more godless among us, Darwinian natural selection. Federal government increases taxes, extends reach further. Lawmakers in Washington agreed to increase federal income tax again last week to pay for massive expansion in the federal government. Most of the expansion will be in the form of added bureaucracy, with plans to triple the number of civil servants within 12 months in order to better track the work done by government departments and allocate spending more accurately. The government also vowed to increase healthcare provisions for the government workers and to build a large number of impressive federal buildings across the country. A significant increase in military expenditure has also been mooted but not yet agreed to. Dr. Luster's Everhold Petroleum and Gelatin Pomade. Nothing beats the sheen and hold of a hair product extracted and rendered from pig bones and pure crude petroleum. Stands firm in the fiercest of prairie winds or tavern brawls. A marvelous dressing for the hair and mustache. Burns away enzyme and dandruff. Repels all insects. Safety coffin saves young bride. Florence Snyder, 13, was set to be married when she was stricken with a terrible case of cholera and seemingly died. Her betrothed, Cecil Perkins, weeping by her graveside, pledged to never marry as his heart was so rent asunder. Laying awake at night, he began to hear a faint bell. Leaving in only his bedclothes, he followed the sound to the graveyard where he found the bell above her grave ringing. Mr. Perkins had requested a P.J. Winderstein's safety coffin for his love. Furiously digging with hands and spade, he retrieved her from her tomb. Weakened but mercifully alive, having been in a state of cholera shock with low blood pressure mimicking death. She's only 13. She's set to be married. L. Percy Fiddler Toy Hat Co. Sailor doll, jointed, indestructible head, moving eyes with real hair and teeth. The little boy always smiles and does what he is told. Make him scrub the poop deck or go down below. Nasty. Professor advocates prairie preservation. Professor Hector L. Burgess has been touring areas of West Elizabeth in recent weeks in an attempt to rally support for a movement to preserve and protect wildlife habitat. Professor Burgess, who has spent the past 15 years in the academic study of fauna and flora in the West, but who until recently had never left New York City, is convinced that if hunting is not brought under some form of legal control, certain species of animal may be wiped out entirely. He claims that before white settlers arrived in the West, around 50 million buffalo roamed the plains, but that this number may now be in the hundreds or even less. Burgess also believes that areas of both New Austin and West Elizabeth are prime locations for establishments of a national park to rival Yellowstone in Wyoming. We say to Professor Burgess that the majority of the rural population remains extremely resistant to any form of prairie conservation, which we view as an attempt on the part of the urban elite to expropriate land, property, and natural resources for their own nefarious gain. Airplane flies from coast to coast in under 30 days. While most prefer the relaxed flight upon the dirigible, those who desire to understand the airplane need only to speak with Horace L. Curtis, who piloted from coast to coast in under 30 days. This most groundbreaking of sciences, airbound locomotion, promises to allow travelers the freedom to take the skies and visit the coast with ease and comfort, with flight times from New York to New Austin in as little as 21 days, and San Francisco to New Austin as little as 16 days. The East Asia Corn and Bunion Annihilator. Effects an incredible and irreversible cure, can also be used on mouth and genital sores. Burns to the bone, chemically pure ingredients ensure a volatile reaction when applied to any corn or bunion. Completely safe when directions are faithfully followed. Relief guaranteed. We have tried it ourselves. Miscellany. Blackwater bank manager Mr. Harmon Weinstein has been found dead near a broken tree. We are told that he will be missed by some. Unwed and childless ladies, why not learn a career? Telegraph operating classes twice weekly at Blackwater Post Office. Certificate of horse deeds for purchase. Dutch warmbloods, Highland chestnuts, and Welsh mountains of the finest lineage. SM Neely, Ship, Chandler, and Grocer Blackwater. The volcanic pistol is a sidearm that will never go out of fashion. Modernity is not a substitution for craftsmanship. Large stock that must clear quickly. Jeb Murphy, Gunsmith, Armadillo, New Austin. Muriel Scranton, loving wife of Joseph Scranton, was killed by a gunshot to the head in the First National Bank of Blackwater. Children between 10 and 14 years of age sought for mining work. Good wages and conditions. Must be slender and comfortable with confined spaces. For all your dynamite needs, both professional and recreational, visit the Manzanita Trading Company, Tall Trees. Don't you look fine and dandy? All right, Jack, we read our paper. We're good. Where's my horse? Hang on. So did we lose out on that, the rest of that stranger mission then? To find, I was just thinking about that, where that lady got killed. It said to return to the graveyard in a couple of days. We must have, lost out on that one.
How much did you make?
Never you mind. Enough to keep Rufus out of the stewing pot for a couple days.
And what about me? What do I get?
You get to eat, son.
But I did half the work. That isn't fair.
I get to eat too.
I'm another corrupt landowner.
I'll be rich one day, then you'll see.
I sure hope so. And you can look after us when we get old.
What do you mean, get old? You are old.
Jack.
We ain't old. Uncle's old.
Well, he should be in a museum.
Yeah, preserved in whiskey for the next 1,000 years. So, you enjoy your first hunting trip?
It was great, Paul.
Herding cows, hunting elk, growing up. Proud of you.
I always told you I wanted to help.
You know, you and me, we work hard. We can make something of this farm.
I'd like that.
And thank you for looking after your mother. She said you were very brave.
I tried to be strong, like you told me. But Mom, she can look after herself. She soon put those fellas in their place.
I can only imagine.
Let's go.
Come on.
Oh, Paul, that was so much fun. I can't rightly believe it. Just like in the books.
We'll do it again soon. Now get to your chores.
All right, I think we're going to call the episode here. We had a good time with Jack today, getting some hunting done, reading the newspaper, building that relationship back up. So I'm happy with where we're ending this episode. Anyhow, if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for hanging around. I appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Either way, I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.